I've never seen an optimist, but that's fine because pessimists have the possibility of being agreeably surprised, meaning everyone actually is an optimist in one way or another, not because they don't have progress, growth, learning, happiness, ambition, and other possibilities and greatness in their lives, but because everyone is unexpectedly and undesirably encountered with as inevitable consequences and universal principles, suffering, chaos, tragedy, misfortune, and other bad things in their lives that they obviously don't want ever in one way or another. And because of this rise or increase in unexpected and undesirable suffering, trauma, tragedy, trouble, accidents, and other bad things in the world and also in the human consciousness and life, we have to become pessimists. We have to believe in the philosophy of pessimism, even if it's dark, even if it's negative and debasing to the human quality virtue condition. Still, if we are pessimists, then we are not necessarily going to be brutally hurt. We are not going to be hurt more than we should be when we are pessimists, when we have practiced, developed, and adhered to the philosophy of pessimism. Then we can absolutely live with our virtues, qualities, distinctions, and differentiations under challenging circumstances, painful situations, and obviously oppositional, hostile, and counterproductive conditions as well because of basically absence of expectancies, desires, demands of any kind. We cannot desire, demand, expect anything at all in pessimism. When we are pessimists, then we absolutely have to cut down, neutralize, or eliminate absolutely outside desires, external wants, societal premises, conditions, exposure of all types. Because the more we expect, the more we expose ourselves to the others, the certainly more and more desire will be in ourselves for communication, relationship, validation, attention, success, money from the others. And that is obviously something we don't want happening in our lives over and over again because expectancy, desires, demands from the others, from arbitrary authorities, outside conditions, only leads in and inevitably leads to our pain, suffering, downfall, setback, tragedy, misery, and other bad things as well in one way or another. So obviously, the optimist is good. The optimist is always good, but then again, the pessimist is always better than the optimist, and then all optimism in the world, no matter what we think or say. Because the German philosopher of pessimism, Arthur Schopenhauer, says the safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy, and that means we should not only develop pessimism but also adhere to pessimist action, attitude, beliefs, ideas in our lives not because they are fundamentally bad, chaotic, or evil, but because they safeguard us from suffering and prevent more and more